Robert Drury back again on my quest to get to 2200. I am currently at 2084, and it's been a few days since I've been on here. And I've worked on a few different openings other than the Hippo, but with this, we will try to stick to the Hippo. All right, let's see if we can get him in a game. My opponent is 2109.
Yeah, we are.
And looks like I've played him one other time, and he starts off with the Nimzo Larson. All right, I said I will stick with the Hippo, and that's what I'll do. I've also have played around with the Leela Gambit against this, but here I'll just stick with the Hippo. Okay, let's see. Now we're into like an English opening setup with this setup here. Okay, let's continue. I'm planning on pushing this. Okay, let's see. And now, well, let's go ahead and push. 90% of the time, they push forward with their pawn. We will see what he does. With his bishop over here, he may open it up, though. Now, the question is, if he opens it up, do I take with the knight? Then he takes back. Then take the pawn. No, he closed it. All right. So now we will continue with our Hippo setup. And he is coming back around, going to attack. Look at this. Now he's into more of a traditional type of Hippo look. And we see this all the time. He's going to line here. Now with the pawn on c4, a lot of times they will play the b4 move and then try to push. Let's see. He is going to try to push, so therefore we will push our pawn and we will prevent this. And now I will bring my knights around. Okay, let's see. Let's bring the bishop down just in case he decides to come in here. If he comes in here, I'll just pull this knight around. And that's what he did. We're going to pull this knight around. Now he's going to either defend it or he's going to back out. And we will see what he decides to do. He backs out, and now he just wasted tempo is what he did. Now I've got the setup that I really like. Let's see. I can come in here, and he'll be forced to come back.
That's unlucky.
Okay, well, let's do that. Let's do this. And now where are we going? Now where are we going? We push, push. Okay. Now if I push, he just takes.
Yeah, I think it's a bit over.
I can't come in here just yet. All right, let's do this. Let's bring our connect our two rooks. He probably will pull this guy out, I would think, and get rid of the pin. Yes, that's what he did. All right, so now how do we want to handle this? I can come in here and force him to give up one of the bishops. I think that's what we will do. We will come in here. He's going to give up one of these two. Well, he can give it up this way. Oh, I don't know if that would be wise if you give it up that way. We'll see.
I think
okay, so he elects.
The thing is these teams are beating us by one goal. They're very
I can take.
It's just we're not playing that.
I can push too.
I mean, in my opinion, I don't really care how they score their goals.
We
play good ball.
Push.
That's all that matters to me.
Now let's do it. Let's push. We're gonna break it open. We will break it open. If he comes here, we'll take back.
We're 2 on our heads now from all the losses we had.
Okay, I would assume he would take. And he did, he took.
Yes.
Alright, if I take here, this guy's... I gotta take this way. I can't take the other way. He can push here. Okay, let's see. Could take like this. That's what we'll do. We'll take this way. And now I'm threatening to come in here. What's he gonna do? He can't push. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
This shit a lot. Kind of like a destiny.
Let's go here. And he takes. Oh, look what he did. He did that. And we will do this. Now we got the diagonal. He comes in here. I will take. Or do I take with the... Do I take with the... Okay.
I don't think there's too much.
Let's do this. All right, he's gonna come back. All right, he's literally he's up right now. I could drop here, take. He comes in here, or do I come in here? I didn't mean to do that, but we'll do it. It's already done. Did not mean to do that. That's unfortunate. I could have just came here, and because that's unfortunate. Ah. All right, let's do this. We don't want to give up the we don't want to give up his queen. Matter of fact, if he takes, oh man, he is. All right, let's do this. Oh, I missed. He can just take. He can just take. That's not. Oh, he did not take. All right. Okay, what do I do? Come in here. He just takes. All right, what do I do? I have lost the advantage. Okay. Come in here. Take. I need to get these pieces out of here. How do I go about this? All right, let's see if we can break it open. And just push and break it open. And he's going to come that direction, and we're going to break this open. We're going to take here. We take there. He takes. All right, here we go. Here we go. Now he's running into some issues. He's running into some issues. Come in here. No, he can't. He can come in here. Okay, now what? Man. I can take. He can't take. No, he can. I take. He takes. I come in here. He's coming here. And then what? Here? All right, let's try it. Let's try it. Here we go. Comes in here. Oh no, it doesn't work. He slides out. No, he can't. He comes here. And yes, let's see. Let's drop here. All right, let's drop. Give him a check. Ah. Go here. What am I doing here? Here. Can't go here. All right, let's go here. Let's go here. And oh my God, we're all right. We'll see. Can I checkmate him? All right, let's win a queen. Let's win the queen. Okay. Win the queen. And now what? All right, let's give him another check. And we will, let's see, is there a mate in here? Oh, no, I did not mean to do that. Shit. Oh, mouse slip. Oh. All right. All right, let's see. Can I salvage this in any possible way? Yes, I could have. I could have just slid here. Could have slid right there. Idiot. All right. Let's go. Let's go here. I cannot believe this. I'm attacking here. I cannot believe that I had that mouse slip. Then I screwed up and didn't see the follow-up. All right. I'll get the rook back if I play this correctly. I made this much harder than it had to be. All right, you're not going to get out of that easy. All right, made this a lot harder than it had to be. There we go. Okay, let's see. All right, let's do this. Let's push. Let's do this. All right, let's do here. And we're gonna eat some pawns in a minute. Okay. Now I'm gonna trade off. I'm gonna eat us 2 pawns. I'm gonna queen. Let's see how this works out. All right. Okay, he does that. Makes it a little easier. Okay, let's push. We will push. All right, let's do it. All right. Okay, that's all right. All right, the mouse slip. That was horrible. But I believe I had an option right away to get the rook back, but I was a little bit distraught about the mouse slip, and I did not see the follow-up right away. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look at the. Got one brilliant move. Let's take a look.
That was a brilliant sacrifice.
All right, sacrifice, and they love giving you. They love sacrifices about giving you brilliant moves. All right, but anyway, let's go and let's take a look at this game. And I'm up to 2093. All right, Nimzowitz Larson. So here, you've got the option to play the Leela Gambit. And the Leela Gambit is you're gonna put a pawn on e5. He most time will go ahead and bring his bishop out. You bring your knight out, and he will a lot of times will push this pawn, not that pawn. He will push the e pawn, and then you pull your pawn to d4, and then he comes out and pins you. And what I'll do at the end of this, I will go and I'll show you how that plays out. I'll come back to it. But the problem is, if you play the Leela Gambit, what if you go ahead and you play this move, and he doesn't play the normal way that a lot of players play, that you can get the gambit in. Now the other thing is, since he's already got his bishop here, sometimes you have to put your pawn on e5 anyway. So I'm going to study that on when to play the Leela Gambit. I'm going to study to see if I try to go into Leela Gambit, if I can still get Hippo if he decides to play it different. But anyway, that's for another day to do that study. But anyway, let's go. So I'm going ahead with my feeling shuttled my bishop, and he's switched over to kind of like an English type of setup. And here I'm going to play for the knight coming around and the pawn push to e5. But with his bishop here and maybe a knight here, I'll always have to prepare this bishop first if I can get it prepared. All right, so let's go. I'm playing that. And now I could have just went ahead and pushed it. Matter of fact, that's what the engine wants. The engine wants either that or g6. Now I went ahead and just played a Hippo-ish type setup, and now he pushes. And now once again I can go ahead g6. I can go a6. I can play Hippo moves, and I brought my knight around. Not one of them the engine particularly wanted me to do first. Brings his knight around, and so now I'm going to prepare this bishop before I push. So I push my pawn up, and he just continues with a hippo-ish setup. Not a hippo-ish setup. He continues with regular development. I'm the one playing the hippo. All right, so I play my bishop, and he castles. And now, let's go back. Now, here the engine says G5. G5 just seems like it gets awfully complicated. If he takes, then I don't know. That's something I wouldn't play. I wouldn't go into those lines. I went ahead and played E5. And he pushes. Like I said, 90% of the time they will push in order, because they look at this bishop and they're like, well, you know, he's blocked in. But I've always can move my bishop this way and attack. And you will see in this game, my opponent does the same thing. He rewrites his bishop. Okay, I castle. And he rewrites his bishop. And I play my a-pawn just to keep him out of G5. And he's in more of a setup that I see a lot when I play the hippo. And I go ahead and I want to keep the knight from jumping into B5. He brings his queen up. He's going to target my pawn. So I just tuck my king into H7 to defend it. All right, now once I see this move, he's 9 times out of 10 he's trying to push, but I want to lock that down. Play F5. I don't want him to get the push in. He drops this bishop back, and I assumed he was coming here, and I already figured, well, if he comes there, I'll just put a knight here, kick him out. So with that in mind, I went ahead and dropped my bishop back. And let's see, what does the engine want you to do? The engine says bishop to C8 or F5. I'm not quite ready for bishop or F5 yet. So I played bishop C8 and once, and this just loses a tempo. Now he's got to decide what he's going to do. He drops it back. And now, actually, the engine likes you to go to king H. It's to me, that's just kind of a waste of time, but I'm sure it works. If the engine says it works, then it must be good. But I didn't play it. I went ahead, bringing my knights around because I'm planning on coming in here, just kind of swarming his position. That's why he played the G3 pawn, is to prevent that. All right, so I bring my bishop up, and I'm trying to tie his pieces up, which it accomplishes that. Now I bring my queen up. He brings his rook over, and like I said before, you got C4 on the board, and they're going to try to push down the board. Here, let's see, the engine says knight takes C4, knight takes E4, then F5. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Knight takes, F5 comes up, knight goes back to C3, and then F4. You're just breaking it open, but you're giving up a piece. I assume somewhere down the line you'll get that piece back. It's hard for a human to see, though. All right, so I just bring my knight in. I'm going to make him decide, all right, you're going to lose one of these bishops. Which one do you want to lose? And he's going to continue with his plan. And now I push, so I'm gonna break it open. He's attacking on one side of the board. I'll attack on the other. A lot of times in this situation, I will play A5, but here I already had my pieces lined up, so I thought F5 was better. All right, now he takes, and bishop takes, and here I've got a pretty good advantage. The question is taking, pushing forward, getting the win. All right, he takes. Now my queen takes, and now I've got my queen, my rook, my queen. They're all lined up this way. The bishop's ready to go here, goes here. The other knight can even look at, I don't know, a possibility of sacrificing at some point, but not yet. All right, so he continues with his attack, and I bring my bishop around. All right, maybe we get rid of a defender, or maybe we come in here. And he drops back, and now I push the pawn because now if he takes, I can take back, and now his position is going to be very hard to defend. All right, he takes. Oh, what the crap! All right, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, that's not what I meant to do. All right. Let's go back. All right. All right, so here I'm back to where I started at. All right, so he pushes his pawn and he takes, and now I take back. And now I was looking at maybe playing here, taking this piece out. I mean, if I come here, he's going to come here, defends everything, so it doesn't really work. But that's what I was thinking. Now, I was looking at this move. I wasn't sure if I was going to play it, but I accidentally slipped it forward. When in essence, knight to f4 was a much better move, because if he takes, then I come in. Well, actually, let's see. What's the engine like? Knight to f4. Knight takes f3. What happens if I go knight to f4 and he takes? I come in here for check. Yeah, it opens up the position. I'm not 100% sure I would have played that sacrifice. Maybe, I don't know. Probably not even 50% chance I'd have played it. All right, but I pushed the pawn because now I figured, well, I made a mistake, but I can push up the board and break it open. He drops back, and I'm like, oh man, I do not want to let his queen get some activity at some point. So I play my knight, and the engine says that's a horrible move. The engine really prefers to go for the knight sacrifice. So the engine says that's a horrible move, and he drops this knight back, and now I come in, and that was also not a good move. Engine says white is winning. All right, he plays his knight around, and now I push the pawn. I'm going to break it open. He takes, and I take. Okay, his rook comes down, and now I just drop my king into g8, and he brings this rook over. But here we've got the knight, or the pawn takes g3, and now the position is getting broken open. He takes back, and now bishop takes. And I had looked at that sacrifice because I knew that if he took back, I'm going to come in here and get a lot of activity, which is what happened. He's trying to get out of the way, and now I was like, now how do I keep him in a bind here? I finally found bishop to g4, and he drops back, and rook takes. His queen comes out. Queen to g1, and I played that, and now rook to e8, and he's in so much trouble. Rook takes, and he drops back, and now I could go with, oh wow, rook takes d2, and that's what I actually played. I was looking to see if there was something else on there. Takes back, and I give him a check. The engine actually says check him down here. I give him a check, and he moves over, and now I go rook to e3. And here's was the mouse slip. I ended up going rook to e7. Wasn't sure where I was going to put the rook, but it was a mouse slip, and I was not good. I was so distraught about the mouse slip, I just missed the fact that I could come right here, give him a check, get the piece back, and no harm. Well, it cost a little bit, but no big deal. Instead, I take the pawn, and now it's starting to get a little dicey. I bring my bishop down, and I'm hoping that, he's going to defend this particular way. I figured if he drops here, I'm going to come here, and then I could take. But he defends, and now I bring my rook over. And what was the engine's move? Engine was queen to f3, and I saw here I've still got this if I can get it. He drops this, brings his rook up a spot. A spot, and I just take, and now he gives me a check, and now he's going to lose. He's going to lose a rook, and it's going to, he's losing the bishop for a rook, but he'll be down material, and I'll give him a check, and I take it. And now it's just mop up duty, and I'll click through these last few moves, and here now I can take here, he takes, and win, and he cannot stop all these pawns. All right, so he pushes a pawn, doesn't change things. I push another pawn because he's pinned. I might as well just get a pawn a little closer. He unpins, and I push it again, and it's back. So now we take, and the pawn is up the board. And matter of fact, I really didn't have to even mess with this pawn because it didn't matter. I was going to queen anyway, and he resigned. But with that, I'm up to 2093, and we will see you on the next video.